spirit to the sea. I stood upon the shore, I gazed upon infinity, I heard the waters roar. And then there came a sense of peace, some whisper calmed my soul, some ancient ministry of stars had made my spirit whole.
Good morning. My name is Vaughn Keller, and I'm a member of the Music and Worship Committee. The pronouns that I use are he, him, and his. Welcome to our virtual service with the First Parish congregation in Plymouth. These services will also be posted on our Facebook page and on YouTube. The first part of our service is recorded. The benediction will follow the closing hymn today. Then we will go into our candles of joys and concerns, which will not be recorded. Our service today is led by our minister, the Reverend Art Lavoie. We hope you will stay for our virtual coffee hour and conversations that will take place immediately after the service. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever you believe, wherever you are on your journey, come walk with us this hour. Let us walk together this hour. Our opening words this morning is Ingatherings from Marta Valentine. In gatherings we are stirred like leaves of the fall season, rustling around sacred trees, tossed hither and yon until we come to rest together, quietly, softly. We come together to gather strength from each other. We come to give strength to each other. We come to ask for strength from the Spirit of all that is and is not. When our hearts sing, or when they frown, it is the way of compassion telling us to give. It is the way of peace telling us to share our gifts. For we are happiest and most powerful when love is made apparent in and through us. Spirit of the circle that is love, as we twirl in this dance that is life, we give thanks for reminding us each day of our task of ministering to each other with a searching glance, a safe touch, a generous smile, a thoughtful word. Thank you for reminding us that we are always building our beloved comunidad. Thank you for reminding us that through our covenant with you, we covenant with each other and are made whole. In gratitude, we celebrate with open hearts and minds. We discover who we are, separate from each other and within one another. In this circle that holds all life, may we ever work toward widening its boundaries until there are none. Amen. Paz. Blessed be. Our opening hymn this morning is number 1007 in the Teal hymnal. There's a river flowing in my soul. And in the second verse, we change that to a river flowing in my heart. And in the third verse, to a river flowing in my mind.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul.
Good morning, everyone. I invite you, as I light the chalice, to say with me the words written on your screen. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, to speak the truth in love, and to help one another. So, summer is almost over, and for us, we gather this morning to begin a new church year. We use water as a symbol of the blessings and challenges that we share. Water is the sacred source of life. As we are also aware, water can be the cause of great destruction. Being close to the sea, we know the awesome power and beauty of water in all of its forms. And we know how necessary water is for our own survival. In the book Mindfulness for Beginners, John Kabat-Zinn tells of one Zen master who was famous for saying that his 40 years of teaching was like selling water by the river. Think of that image for a minute. Selling water alongside a river. Why would you be able to sell something that's so abundantly available for free right next to you? You know, I think many of us are afraid of the river or overwhelmed by the abundance of love and life and support and spiritual depth that is available to us there. We can only take these things in small doses sometimes. The great teacher of any discipline has the humility to use the teachings not to proclaim a monopoly on insight and growth, but to lead people to more, to the abundance that is available. It's a lesson in humility for all of us to know that what we possess is only a small fraction of what is available. Each of us only has a little piece of that great abundance that is right here and available to all. Abundance and humility, I think those are good lessons for us today. As we struggle with all the issues associated with COVID-19, as we struggle with all the issues in our lives, as we face a time of political chaos, it's important to remember that we need to be humble rather than arrogant as we face the future that can be so uncertain. And that there is an abundance of love and support that awaits us at every turn. So let us come together around the abundant waters of our stories, our blessings, our joys and struggles, and our hope. Every year, wherever I have been, I scoop up water after this service and I pack it with me when I move. This water that I begin with today contains water from all of the churches I have served. From Orlando, Florida, where I did my internship, to Auburn, California, from Rocky River, Ohio, to Bridgewater, Dorchester, Kingston, and now Plymouth, Massachusetts. This water has been poured out and regathered in each of those churches and symbolizes our connection to this faith tradition and to Unitarian Universalist churches all over the country, which are celebrating this very same ritual this morning. After the service, I will take some of the new water and it will be used for any child dedications and other rituals that I do this year, and will start us off in this ritual next year. The waters that each of us shares is the water of today, water of our hopes, our fears, our joys and sorrows, water of our blessings and our struggle, water of the present life of this community. Since most of you are not present in the chapel, I will pour water from this pitcher of kind of symbolic water. When I'll pour water as you speak. We invite everyone to be as brief as possible so that all might have a chance to share. We'll take a break about halfway through for a musical reflection. And I invite you this morning to frame what you say in terms of how life has touched you during this time, what you have learned, and the blessings that you have received. I'm going to ask Paul to come on at this point and teach folks, if you don't already know, how to raise your hand on Zoom.
Good morning, everyone. So you're hearing me okay? Here, let's try that. All right. Good morning, everybody. So the way you're going to let me know that you have some water to share or something to say about the virtual water that you are sharing is twofold. You may either chat to me in the chat box. So when you look at your Zoom icons, for most of you along the bottom of the screen, for some maybe the top, if you click chat and that opens up, you can just chat to everyone, or you can change everyone to Paul Melville, and I probably appear near the top of your list, and chat me that you've got water, or, you know, me please, something to that effect, and I'll know. The other way you can let me know is in your participant panel, right next to the chat, probably to the left of the chat. You can click on participants and you'll see a whole list of all 38 of us that are here this morning. In the lower left corner of that participant panel, there's a blue hand image. If you click on that hand, I'll see that you are virtually raising your hand. And I'm going to do my best to get to everybody. Well, it's from my perspective, it's going to feel like a big Candles of Joy and Sorrow session. So or Joy and Concern. I'm looking forward to it. And if you have questions, you know, ask, chat me, or we'll make it work. Thanks, Art.
So I want to say, I don't have hands in my participant panel. I don't know if it might be somewhere else.
You don't, Art, because you are a co-host on this meeting.
Oh, okay. So I don't get to raise my hand. I just get to shout out.
That's right. You, Sandi, and Vaughn don't have hands, but
Okay.
everybody else should have a blue hand in the lower left, to the left of where it says yes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Sure.
So I invite people to kind of let Paul know if you have something that you would like to share this morning. And as I mentioned, we are going to kind of, about midway through, we're going to take a break for a musical interlude. And then the other participants, if you remember from the last couple of years, I do half the, one side of the meeting house and then the other side. So it is good to regather the life of this community, even though it is virtual, and to be together in whatever form that can take. And Jen, I think I see you on. I can't hear you. Are you muted?
You are unmuted, Jen, but we don't hear you. Okay. We'll come back to you.
Hello. I guess it's our turn. All right, so good morning, everyone. It's Andy Loretz and Adam Gruchot, and we obviously are sitting on our front porch at this time this year of our new house, and so that's like a huge moment of abundance for us. We're really we love it here. Like every day we keep saying like, this is our house. How cool is that? But just this whole year in general, I think just looking back, obviously with the pandemic, it's been one of those moments of like, what is going on? But there have been those silver linings. There have been those moments where we've seen kind of justice moving forward, whether that was especially in May and June, obviously due to like horrible circumstances in our country and in our nation concerning race and injustice. But life goes on, and it seems like luckily, hopefully, things are moving forward, and the world is making some progress. So let's keep our fingers crossed and let's keep fighting for that. And so we have our water here that I'll pour out, and it's from our wedding mugs that we had at our Oktoberfest German themed wedding. So I'm gonna pour that on our apple tree, and that will be our contribution. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
I just do unmute.
Hi,
everybody. Why don't I pour onto?
We're just gonna, hi. Can you see me or hear me?
Both.
Thank you. So this water represents Little Sebago Lake in Gray, Maine, where we were able to visit. I know, this represents, Jane's telling me I just got it from the tap, which I did. But this represents water from Maine. We didn't know if we'd be able to go out of state, and Maine is sort of my spiritual home, and the fact that we were able to do that felt a little bit like a miracle. And I will say just simply what I was able to touch in was to space. I felt when we were able to be outside there, I felt this awesome space and a feeling of limitlessness, which was so amazing and profoundly healing after feeling so trapped for so many months. So to that limitlessness that Art was really talking about when he's talking about how, yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Am I on now?
You are.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I'm Alex, and I here, I'll hold up my coffee cup as my virtual water. I'm glad the water is virtual today because the water that's been meaning a lot to me recently is Billington Sea, and it's temporarily got cyanobacteria toxins in it, so it's a good time for it to be. Don't go in the water. It's a temporary thing that happens most years, but I just want to say through all of this year and the pandemic, I've been working because I work in a hospital. So I've been going to work, 5 days a week. And one of the things that sort of kept my head on straight is being able to walk around Morton Park where I live. And now I have, it's been part of keeping my health improving. And now I have started to jog along the little pathways that go along the water at Billington Sea, and watching the land change and the slow change of the season, and the sad sickness of the beech trees here, but also other life persisting has been very important to me. So please enjoy virtual Billington Sea.
Thank you, Alex.
The background that you're seeing is the view from our porch looking out over Cape Cod Bay. And we also get a chance to look out on the other side over Whitehorse Beach. And one of the things that I think we have both become aware of is the absolute gift of being able to see horizons. It's very spiritual in so many ways. And this year also, especially with COVID, and also what the country is learning about racism, is there are horizons and we are moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaughn and Melody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Olivia.
I have a water here that I've put in a special Melbourne little water cup. This water is to, well, I should say it's, I would say it's kind of New York Harbor water, but really it's Catskills water because that's where our tap water comes from. But I put it in this cup because this is a cup that represents fellowship and friendship, and my friends in Australia and New Zealand and Europe, and particularly my housemate Bob, who gave it to me. And I just think that with this pandemic and everything that's been going on, I am so grateful that we are still connected via these wonderful electronic ways, but also to receive letters, and all of that comes over water to get to us. So I am going to pour this water onto my flowers. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Wait, I'm going to pour it onto my flowers here, and I can't do it with one hand. Yeah, so I'm covering my camera, but trust me, I'm pouring water over flowers.
Thank you, Lydia.
Hi, everybody. It's Debbie Marshall Hewlett and my kitty, Mama Coco, joining you here today. just want to say hello. And yes, during these tough times, myself, my wife Tammy, my kids Jesse and Harley, we've definitely appreciated the additional family time this year. And in August, we did travel up to New Hampshire, Plymouth, New Hampshire. Plymouth, right? We're always near Plymouth. For my nephew Noah's wedding. They decided to still go through and have their wedding. So I rented an Airbnb house in Plymouth with a little stream right behind the house. It was beautiful. Once we went to the wedding, family members came to our house, our rental house, and it was nice to be able to spend time with family members that we hadn't seen all summer. And so right along that strain, my second bit of water, if Art, you could do me the favor. So from Plymouth, New Hampshire, and then this past week, we rented an Airbnb home in Hyannisport, and we invited my mom and her partner Ed and Tammy's parents. So again, we could have some time with family, and we were only a block from the beach. We could see the water. We were in Hyannisport, so we were able to walk by the entrance road to the Kennedy compound. I'm a big fan. Every day, and walk along the beach and the wetlands. And although we had a couple of rainy-ish, foggy days, it was still a beautiful time to spend that time with family, and we appreciated that. So thank you so much, and thank you for doing the service. It's wonderful.
Thanks, Debbie.
Okay, Art, I think we should do the musical reflection now, and then we'll come back and get the other half of us who are planning to share water.
Okay.
Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. The stream sings it to the river, the river sings it to the sea sings it to the boat that carries you and me. Somos el barco, somos el mar. Yo navegas en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, and you sail in me. Now the boat we are sailing in was built by many hands. Yo navego en ti, tú navegas en mí. We are the birds, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me. I sail in you, you sail in me.
All right. Sandy, while you're up, why don't you tell us about your water?
Okay, this is tap water on purpose, not representing something else, because it is my tap water from my home, which I rented May 1st, and it is no one else's home. It is my space, my freedom, my independence. I started a prerequisite course for graduate school this week, which is very timely, and this is symbolic of my independence and a year of growth and freedom.
Thank you, Sandy. Hello, Nicolette.
Hi everyone, good morning. So this is also tap water from here in Plymouth. At this point, I've lived in Plymouth for almost a year now, and I'm so grateful for the warmth and abundance of this community. You all have made me feel like I belong here. So the water that I have here represents the warmth and community that I have found in Plymouth and in First Parish. So thank you.
Thank you, Nicolette. Hi, Jen, you're muted. Still, I think.
Can you hear me this
Yes.
time?
Yes.
Oh,
can.
excellent. Okay, so we're going to talk about the water from our garden hose. As most of you know, we despise our lawn and we're in the process of getting rid of it. And that is kind of a touch and go, learn as you go sort of thing, but we've grown a pollinator garden and that has grown exponentially. We planted trees to kind of encroach on the yard, and we've probably used more water, watering things in the yard than we ever have. We usually on hot, dry seasons, we just let the grass die because we're not going to water it. But we've probably used more in the effort to save water in the long run. So our water is from our garden.
Thank you, Jen and Cheryl. It looks like Chris is up and you are muted. There you go.
Good morning. So I have some water here, and I can't even say it's my own. It's from the tap here at the Melville's house. It's very good. And I always like to talk about how fortunate we are. I know we have ecological concerns, as Edith's mother was talking about earlier. It's funny how I always use the kids and the parents' names to get them all mixed up. But we are very fortunate to have water when we need it here, and in Plymouth in particular, just pour it out of the tap, and what a great blessing that is for us. So for a fortunate position to be in, to have good clean water here in Plymouth, I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Ah. And Martha.
Hello.
We have two devices on there.
We only have one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all set. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Something.
Okay. So this water is also tap water from our new house. So, and recently we just learned that Adam and Andy and Adam moved within a mile of our old house. So we know Wall Pond in that area really well. So congratulations on your new house. And it's the really wonderful thing is discovering a new community, and people are delightful to walk around. And one of the very special things from this summer for me was being able to get together a parade for Reese, which he just, a parade for me. He's still amazed that we had a parade for him. And I knew it would be good for him, but what I didn't anticipate was hearing from so many people about how grateful they were to be part of the parade and to be able to join in a celebration and to have something so good to do and to participate in and to help somebody else feel good. So this is the special joys that come to us unlooked for, but highly appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Deborah and Martha. And they're actually the only ones who left water on the chapel door, by the chapel door. So your water is poured.
Thank you.
Jan and Jean are up.
Good morning. Jean doesn't want to say anything, so I'm the spokesperson. This is virtual water. And we are so grateful that we escaped the start of the pandemic by a couple of weeks. We were able to go to Florida, to Key West, and then to Key Largo, where we went parasailing over the water. And also this summer, the water that we've spent the most time with has been when we've been kayaking on various lakes and rivers in the area. I'm also reminded that this water is so precious because there isn't enough of it in California and Oregon and Washington, that these terrible fires are raging, and if only they would get rain, more water there to solve that terrible tragedy. So this is virtual water from our tap. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan and Jean.
Art, Alana would appreciate it if you could pour some water for her, just sort of continuing Vaughn's theme about the importance of nature and looking into Cape Cod Bay. Really helps her spirit to feel more at peace during what's been a very difficult year.
Certainly. Thank you, Alana. Karen, you're muted. Could you unmute yourself?
I'll unmute myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Good
I don't know if
morning.
you see me or not, but
Yeah, we do.
okay, here. There was some water in here in this little mug I took out of my daughter's cupboard that went through the coffee machine at Cane and Fuels, where I had some coffee a little while ago. And I've made a friend of the young man from Palestine who works there on weekends. I also happened to see my good friend Joyce Malaguti out watering her plants as I was walking past her house. So I'm kind of late to church today, and I'm sitting by Plymouth Harbor, which connects to the immensity of abundance of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm so thrilled to live where I live. And I want to say doesn't feel like ingathering to me because I have not been apart from you guys. I've been in touch with you every Sunday through Zoom. It's a huge blessing for which I am very grateful. Thank you. That's all for today.
Thank you, Karen.
I think that's everybody, Art.
So then I will pour some water for the abundance of gifts, the abundance of support, the abundance of love and smiles and concern that each and every one of you brings to the life of this congregation. And we will please join Sandi in singing our closing hymn, Blue Boat Home.
Standing on these mountains and plains,
Together, all of you build the bonds of this community as you share your stories, your blessings, your sorrows, your love and support, and your lives with each other. You build the hope of this community as you gather your energies to build a better world. You build the trust of this community as you care for each other. You build the strength of this community as you challenge yourselves and each other to be the best people you can be. Great Spirit of these living waters, we bless the water as we offer our prayers for the coming year. May these abundant waters remind us of all we have been given. May calm, soothing waters renew and refresh us. May the churning waters open us to new possibility. May the deep waters bring us to new levels of understanding. May the flowing waters move us out of ourselves and our complacency to care for each other and to work for justice in our communities. And may these waters bring a year of peace for all. Amen. Ashe, blessed be. Like water, you flow an endless stream of memory and hope, and make your journey together over the rough and gentle waters of life. May the waters that flow over you and through you join you to each other and be a constant reminder of your own worth and blessedness, so that you might see the worth and blessedness of all creation. Amen, and blessed be.